I know you can be tired.
Good morning, people. So we're going to do this one a bit more of a day in the life of prep rather than weekly updates. I was supposed to have a videographer yesterday for a push session, but those plans fell through, got cancelled. So I'm going to walk you through, what my day today actually looks like. Now I do have most of my meals prepped. I will show you what I'm having rather than the actual prepping process, how I make them, because I've done that before. But it's now around 5:05. Lipolytics are in, fat burning juice is in as well. I'll put that on screen as well, what I'm having, which I do find the electrolytes to help massively with this as well, just in terms of performance when actually doing cardio, because it's not just the minutes you clock up, then just overall recovery and so on for the rest of the day. So start sitting on this, head down now for cardio, and then show you the rest of the day. Approaching the 4-week out mark. We're nearly there. We hit a new low on Monday, did come back up yesterday, and we're back at that new low today on Wednesday, so we're all good. We're still making good strides, so catch us later. Yes guys, so 30 minutes almost done. As mentioned, you might have seen my Instagram, I'll split it 30 minutes AM and then 20 minutes PM, because in the evening coming down here doing some ab work and some posing, getting some posing done with Jim in the next couple hours once he's awake. I think it's at 8:30. I'm going to go up, do my normal check-in, shower, 50 minutes daily. Splitting it up like that because I am training somewhat early, either after meal 1 or meal 2, so I don't want to be like, digging an excessive hole to the point where it's going to take away from training. That needs to remain the priority as always, so find that way helps in both manners: training performance, routine, getting better sleep, and then getting some abs and posing done in the evening. I'm going to run you through the rest of my food and so on as well, and catch you guys then. Out now for a few steps. This is still fasted pre meal 1. Got a triple espresso going in here. During this time I noticed I have been slacking a lot on just kind of midsection control and vacuums in general, so that's a big priority for this week, so I'll schedule that in. I do wear the sweat belt and vasoburn stuff doing the cardio in the morning, but during this time then actually take it off and just when I'm actually walking, bracing abs, trying to keep that a little bit tighter. I do think it has a pretty big impact there aesthetically, even with during your transitions, hitting vacuums, and again I think a lot of that will help with appetite management, so keeping that midsection tight. Stepping, 2 birds 1 stone. There's some of the birds as mentioned, and lovely Manny weather, rainy city, but still shorts weather, always shorts weather. Right, so we've got meal 1 going here now. You would have seen in the last few videos how I actually make this, so just a quick little recap. All of my veg and rice is prepped in here. I'm using 60 grams of rice across 4 meals, so 240 grams a day. That goes in there with 200 grams of green beans and 100 grams of red onion, and then once that's cooled I grate in 100 grams of cucumber. Okay, so that's 400 grams across 4 meals. 100 grams of veg per meal is absolutely fine. I have about 20 grams of spinach broken up here into this bowl as well. So once I know this is my total portion for the day, I just need to find out how much is in each of these meals. Okay, so I know that this pot here is going to be 320 grams. This here gives me 30 and 20, so pretty even numbers. Minus the 320 gives me a kilo across 4 meals, 250 grams per meal. Okay, so once that's weighed out, set it back to 0, and then portion that out, and that's it. So that is my rice and veg for that meal. Chicken is done very similar, bulk cook, have everything here prepped out, set it on the scales, It's going to be 150 grams of cooked weight in each of these. So again, pull these out, that's 80 grams. 160, 150. Simply tear this up, shred that chicken into it, and then we'll have 10 grams of nut butter with that. I'll also do 15 grams of this honey mustard light dressing from Asda. It's 60 calories per 100 ml, so 15 ml, 9 calories, very, very easily incorporated. And then I think after this meal, I'm going to go down and do some posing. We'll show you some of that, and then pre-workout meal will be going in. It's prepped already, but again, I'll walk you through it once we actually get to that meal. But it hasn't really changed, you know what I mean? My diet has stayed very, very consistent. The only thing that really changes is portions, and I'm not overcompensating with a shit ton of veg. Posing time.
I'm not even in there. I pose, but not me, but him.
Okay, so first round of posing done, and I forgot to hit record. So did go through a good few kilos. Obviously we're going to do a few rounds. It is tiring, it's supposed to be. You know, no matter how good you are at posing, it should never really feel easy. So I'm going to go through another few rounds now. Jim might just shout out some of the cues that we already tweaked, just a reminder, but already seeing some pretty good improvements. So let's go through them.
Knees out slightly. Just sit on your knees a bit more flexion thing. Yeah. Good. Bring that front arm in closer to you a bit. There you go. Good. There. Obliques. There. Good. Set your legs the other way. The nice way.
Huh?
Set your legs the nice way.
Oh yeah. Classic.
Good. Back in. Nice. I like that. Yeah. Good. Good. Just straight on, and then add the bit of help. Good.
Wonderful, classic.
Set that up like I was saying with the fucking quarter ragged. Because when you turn your glute on, yeah, there you go. Once that glute's on, the hand drops. You've never had a hamstring that big. Good. Reset that again, and remember, put your foot back and across a bit while it's flat. Yeah, then turn everything on and get into your back double, and then spike the calf. There, yeah, nice.
Sweet.
Quite decent improvements very quickly there.
Yeah. See to keep up with them. And after you've seen the posing, shouting at me.
Yeah.
Yes, people, so posing wrapped up there. Very, very happy. Visuals are looking good, but also just the minor cues, the tweaks to some of the poses makes all the difference. You know, you really want to be able to make sure you can bring out the best and actually display all the hard work that's done, and it makes a massive difference just with those little cues. Not too much more work here to do today. A couple check-ins, couple clients to get back to, just some messages, and I've finished putting together some presentations, which I do as kind of part of my onboarding stuff. Obviously there's a lot of like welcome packs, PDFs, but I find the seminars, lecture based stuff, it's easier for people to kind of get the information on board, and you know, you can explain things a little bit better without it being so long and them having to read everything. I have 2 just to finish off and record now, and then it will be pre-workout mealtime and then training, and then just the rest of the meals for the day. Conscious that the video is already, you know, a little bit lengthy, so I'll try to zip through it and just, you know, give you the updates of where the food is. But again, like the first meal, my final 3 are pretty much identical, so it could just be like brief videos, no talking. And prep brain strikes again. Recording intro on the way down to the gym, but I forgot to turn on the receiver for the mic. Push session going down now. Pre's gone in. We've just went with pump because I had a little bit too much caffeine this morning, and you know, you don't want to be overstimulated, over caffeinated to the point where you can't actually focus on your session, where it like has a negative impact on sleep. So pump gone in, still feeling relatively fresh. Intra is made up as well, which I usually forget to record in these videos. So we have 15 grams of VAAs, 20 grams of cyclodextrin, 10 grams of glutamine. Go and make it count, because training is your biggest tool at your disposal. A lot of people, you know, enjoy the dieting side, want to follow along with that, the cardio, the drugs, but training is your biggest variable to really push things. So I'm gonna get after it. See you in a bit. Right, so we have prime flat press or plate loaded bench press up here. Some of you might notice that little headrest I have here, using like a half wedge, loop a red band around to keep that in place. That's going to keep a little bit of cervical flexion, chin down, means ribs down, which means we're going to get more pec, okay? A lot of the time, the issues that we see is people when they're flaring up and like their back is coming up off the pad, if you're not going to get as much chest there, you know what I mean? Train the chest, you need to have that arm coming across horizontally towards that sternum rib cage. Yeah, that's going to help a cue to keep it down, similar as it would on a pec deck. I also have foam blocks in here between the stoppers, so that's just like, you know, that inch out of the bottom. Once you unrack it, they should fall off. They're not there to, you know, stay there. It's just safety for the first rep. If you can get someone to spot you, well and good, get a lift off. But if not, that's a good shout. And then with the loading pins on this, we have the bottom pin. It gets heavier as it comes to the top, and top one drops off as you press up. We want to load this, well for me anyway, I want to avoid excessive loading in that length and range, just from previous shoulder injuries. It depends on where it falls within your session and what the priority is, but I know for me this works. Yeah, just make sure you're keeping your ribs down, and yeah, that's it.
Let's go. Come on.
Good session wrapped up. As you can see, I was mic'd up during that session with all intentions of, you know, giving some value, but mentally just wasn't really there. Focus was just on getting through the session. Really kind of feeling it right now. So post-workout going in, exact same as meal one without the almond butter. So this is my only, you know, fat-free meal post-workout, so I can still kind of get the next couple in afterwards. So usual 60 rice, 150 chicken, greens, veg, so on, 15 grams of mustard, and yes, that is it there. Looking absolutely scrumptious. A little bit of edits and so on to do afterwards, so we'll be onto the computer, nothing too interesting, and I'll show you the next few meals and then PM cardio. Obviously got posing done earlier, so we're still going to hit the sauna after cardio, but posing rounds ticked off. Also need to do some abs, so see you then. Yes guys, so we're going to wrap the video up here. Went down for my final 20 minutes of cardio and Zach came back with feedback and we've pushed that to 60 minutes daily, so obviously I had 30 minutes left to do. Moving forward now, that'll be 40 minutes AM, 20 minutes PM, you know, get the vast majority done then, but same thing, keeping me in a routine, getting a little bit done later on. Some posing we got done this morning, and then some abs as well, so just hanging leg raises, cable oblique crunches and vacuum holds. And after cardio was just, you know, chilling out down by the sauna, by the pool, replying to the last few WhatsApps. As I said, I didn't have too many check-ins today, but I do keep communication with clients throughout the week as well. I think that's really important. It's not just that once a week bit of feedback, reaching out to people, seeing if there's issues and, you know, what you're prioritizing, what you're talking about in the check-in, making sure that's being actioned on, dealing with anything as it props up rather than them having some obstacle. And then it kind of snowballs over the next 3, 4, 5 days because they're waiting for their check-in and then they're stressing more. Communication is imperative at any point in the coaching journey. So as you can see, kind of getting a little bit lazy, a little bit fatigued. I'm not even using my tripod. Camera is just propped up here with whatever I have on my desk. And speaking of lazy, final meal is going in exact same as my previous meals. So I still actually have to do 10 grams of almond butter on this, but again, full recap of where food, calories, training, everything is will be on screen. We're now approaching the 4-week out mark and kind of getting there. As you can see, like, energy does drop off. I'm still doing my best to kind of display as much of this as possible in the videos, be enthusiastic, but there are going to be lulls throughout the day, and I definitely do feel them at points. So, you know, that's just the reality of it. Also aware I'm looking quite scruffy, but that is because next week I will be getting freshened up because we'll have a photo shoot on Wednesday with Eddie Whitehead. So we'll be getting tanned up, fresh trim, maybe a little bit of food gone back in there then, and then we will see what that comes up with. Again, we're not going to do like a full peak for that. That's not the priority. This is just, you know, a little landmark along the way. We don't want to deviate or take away from the overall plan of, you know, getting stage condition, but I do think we're still on track. You know, we're getting into the nitty gritty and it's exciting. So thank you for the support. Any other comments, feedback, suggestions, let me know and we'll go from there. But hope you enjoyed and peace out.